Yeah. Should have probably checked that. Yay, and now it's working. Hey, what is up, everybody? Let's try that again. What's up, guys? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV live stream experience. That's not what I said originally. It was different. But yeah, I was just jamming out to my music. Totally forgot to check my audio levels on this scene rather than the intro scene. So it's working now. I know we didn't have audio for the first 30 seconds, but we have fixed it. It is better. For some reason, OBS, or my OBS, always defaults back to the system audio recorder instead of my microphone. I have no idea why. I told it not to do that, and it didn't listen. Thanks, OBS. But anyways, yes, I truly have been indulging. And if you're not sick of that joke yet, you didn't watch Vape Stew on Friday. But welcome, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out the Daily Vape TV live stream experience, where we talk about a whole bunch of different stuff, kind of like a live vlogish sort of thing. And yeah, today's going to be an interesting one. I'm all fired up today because we did our Patreon hangout Zoom room thing earlier. And I literally got into it for 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours, with AO Vape and Chris Overdrip on everything about how the government is just so corrupt, and the differences between the U.S. and Canada, and just everything wrong with our government, essentially. Probably stuff that if I said on here, I would be kicked off and or banned from streaming. So we won't get that into it today, but we will have some choice words a little later on. So welcome, everyone. So I'm just going to announce it now. I will run through shout outs in a second here, but if you want a special shout out read at the end of the show, super chats, that's how you're going to get that done. And we'll have a special segment. If there's only one or two, then I'll just do it in the middle or something like that, or towards the end. But if we have a few, then we'll read them all at the very end of the show. We'll have its own separate segment. So yeah, today, what do I have? What do I have for you guys? We've got some, of course, news, updates, advocacy, all that good stuff. I will refrain from reviewing this beverage right here because I'm a little embarrassed that I like these hard seltzers, but it's not a beer o'clock, so we can't really do it. I mean, if it were something else, if I had like, bourbon or something, then maybe like a cocktail, but yeah, no, I'm just chugging the seltzers today. So we're going to refrain from reviewing those and pairing those just because. We've got, do I have a first impression? I can kind of give you guys a little bit of technically a first impression, really a final thought on the Fat Rabbit. So we'll call that a first impression of the retail version, but really what it's going to be is kind of a final thought for that. And if you can hear the birds outside my window, I'm sorry for that, but they are freaking loud, and it's warm here, so I need to keep the window open, and yeah, that's just the way it's got to be. Sorry. What else do I have? We're going to talk about news and stuff like that. We're going to talk about what I'm vaping on, and we're going to wrap it up with some shout-outs if there is some. So let's go take it from the top here. We'll say hi to you guys. Lethal Coils, what's up, my dude? He was first, and he wants everyone to know it. Mowgli Vapes, welcome. We've got Lando, Mr. Lando, my Twitch VIP in the house. We've got AO Vape, cheers, buddy. Scott MC, thanks for hanging out with us. Joe Pastor III, welcome to the show. We've got Mortabrand M. Hello. We've got, let's see, did I say Aaron McGill? Aaron McGill, there we go. Vape Vermont, he's ready, or she's ready. They are ready. Who else do we have in here? Scrolling through. Mark Hardy, g'day. We've got Phil Lee. Phil Lee, what's up, dude? Joshua DePaulo. Oh my God, I'm sorry if I just destroyed that last name. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with last names. Patrick King, welcome. And thank you guys for all reminding me that I had no audio. Leanne Brown, how we doing? We've got a couple more here. Rossi Rohr, I believe that's how you pronounce that. Hi from Germany. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us. We have Gout Bull. Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm terrible with names. You can mispronounce my name all you want. 808 Kevin K. Aloha, brother. We got Steve Nichols in the house, Dan Demir, Vape Ian, and that's got us all caught up. So thank you guys all for hanging out with me today. Well, let's get right into it here. Let's talk about first what I'm vaping on. So here we go. Boom! Bumpers. I love me some bumpers. What I'm vaping on today. Well, let's start off with something new here. We've got this guy. Boom. The twister kit from Horizon Tech? No. Freemax. That's the one. Freemax. This is actually sent to me from Ave 40, Avenue 40. They sent this my way for the purpose of review. So thank you for that. I've wanted to take a look at one of these for a while, and now I finally have my hands on my very own, and I've been enjoying it. So if you guys are curious, nice, cheap, simple little kit, this one is definitely a good way to go if you can find it for a good price. In there, I've got some Occultus. You guys have seen me vaping on this for the past few weeks. This is their just blue raspberry. I'm down to my last probably 20 mils of it, so we'll be going through that. Next setup I've got for you guys is this. This is the Druga Foxy from Og Vape with a Falcon tank. Just the original Falcon tank on top of there. Nothing special. And also featuring some cat hair. That's lovely. So we've got the original Falcon tank on here because I'm doing a side-by-side comparison between this and the Skur S tank. I want to see which one's better. I want to have a showdown. We're going to do a versus video in the next couple of weeks. And we're going to see which one I think is better. But so far, well, I'm using the Falcon tank and the Skur is back at the shop. So let's just put it that way. In here, I've got some Alien Piss 4 because I just took it from the bargain bin at the shop because it was hanging around. And I wanted to try it. This is a combination of 3 and 0, so it's 1.5 milligram. Trying to do my best about abstaining from nicotine, but these days it's pretty difficult. I know you guys know what I'm saying there. Next, we've got the Rinco Manto. You guys have seen this setup several times in the past month with some more cat hair on there. That's lovely. Thank you, cat. Rinco Manto Fat Rabbit Tank, or Chubby Bunny as I like calling it. And in there, and the next setup I've got is this, oh my God, I can't remember the company. It's a white currant flavor. I want to say Supreme, but it's not Supreme. Oh my God. Hold on. Why don't I just... Superb! Ah, I was so close. Superb's White Currant, the one that I got in my sample box. Jesus. I could not think of that for the life of me. And, yeah, that has just been bugging me. But yeah, that's a white currant flavor. It is delicious. I really like it. And that's also in my final setup, or my final full mod setup here, the VX200 with a full retail Fat Rabbit in matte black. This is my stealthy setup. You know, it's all black and gunmetal and dark and inconspicuous, I guess, but really good stuff there. So those two both have the same liquid in them. And last but not least, we have this guy, the A-Fang. Get it in focus. It doesn't help that I have all black mods. Pretty much everything I own is black. So yeah, the A-Fang from Snow Wolf, little pod mod system thing with the 18650 battery and the little coils and stuff. And I don't know, I'm not super crazy about this thing. I don't know. We'll talk about that in the full review. And speaking of reviews, let's just go ahead and have a vape real quick with this one. Get that ribbon inside there. Let's have a vape. You guys vape too. It's a vape break. What's up, British Eyes? What's up, James B? Nicholas Garcia? Yeah. Man. In there, I have some Pod Salt cigarette flavor. This is cigarette flavor from Pod Salt. And I just wanted to get a handle on what we would be dealing with if we had a full-blown flavor ban and I had to just go back to tasting cigarettes. So, I don't know. And I'm not going to lie, I do like the taste of a tobacco flavor in the morning with a cup of coffee, but that's literally the only time I enjoy tobacco flavors. I can't vape tobacco just in the middle of the day, really. It just doesn't do anything for me. Or when I'm drinking. I can do it when I'm drinking too, but I can vape pretty much anything when I'm drinking. But with that being said, that is what I'm vaping on this week. I know it's quite a bit, actually. And I'm actually vaping a little bit more than that. It's just I brought that many setups back here for my couple days off from work before I go back on Tuesday. So, yeah, I'm vaping a lot of things right now. I've got a lot of reviews in the queue, and it's just I've been so busy. Actually, you know what? Let's do the bumper because it's time to do some news and updates. There we go. So, yes, news and update time. I have been extremely busy. I meant to get out 2 other videos this week that I have not yet been able to do. I got one done, but it's like literally probably less than a 5-minute video. And I haven't edited it because it's an unboxing, and I know you guys are probably sick of unboxing videos by now because I've been doing so many lately. So I'm going to hold that one until after I get my review, the next review that I have in line done, which is going to be the little guy, Stan's little mod, the 18350, the Notion MTL, just escaped my brain for a minute. We're going to be doing the Notion next. I also have a few other things just queued up, ready to go. And in between, we'll be doing some unboxings and stuff like that because I like to show you guys my first real raw impressions of a device. I don't like to wait until I do a full review. So, yeah, that's why I've been doing so many unboxings lately. Wow, this is almost professional. Thanks, motherfucker. So yeah, I've got a lot going on at the shop lately. It's been insanely busy. It's been chaotic because we don't know what the future holds for us, you know? And people have been, it hasn't been busier. It's been actually slower. Business has decreased. However, the people that do come in spend about 20 to 30 minutes with me, and basically they want to know all about what's going on. They want to know exactly what the deal is with the flavor bans and all this stuff, and saying how people are dying from vaping and everything. So I want to give them the time of day that they deserve, and you know, answer all their questions as best as I can. So that's why I haven't been able to get anything done for video wise this week. I've been trying to, but like the second I hit the record button, someone comes in and it's like, I gotta spend another half an hour with these people, calming them down, telling them that they're not going to keel over from vaping. So that's been rough. That's been really rough. I've had a rough couple of weeks. And for every vape shop owner out there, I'm sure it's been just as bad, if not worse. I mean, at least, thank God, we have our doors still open. I've seen too many pictures this past week of shop owners closing down their doors, and it's sad. It's really sad. Something you work so incredibly hard for, and I'm not even the shop owner, but even if our store closed, I would feel terrible because I feel like I owe it to people to get them off cigarettes. I want them to have a better lifestyle. I want them to be around for their kids and grandkids. And if vape shops are closing all around the country, then that's not going to happen. The majority of people are going to go right back to smoking, which sucks. And I really hope it doesn't happen. And I hope we don't go into a new era of complete prohibition. But scary thoughts, man. Scary thoughts. So that's been going on as far as why I haven't been doing videos on the channel. I have so much queued up, though. You guys have seen all the stuff coming in, so you know exactly what I have as far as stuff to review. But I just haven't been able to get those videos out. So yeah. Let's see. And yes, thank you, Mr. Motorcycle. I should have probably closed my window and just sweat it out over here. Nicholas Garcia, I will get to your question in a minute. We'll talk about that in a second for sure. But yeah, as far as what's going on with the flavor bans and stuff like that, it's been, you guys know, it's been really rough. I don't know if we have anyone in here from New York or Michigan, but it's been a nightmare. Shops are going to be closing down. People are going to go back to smoking, and we don't have any answers. Unfortunately, even the people in these states don't really have answers. They didn't give any sort of guidance on what to do, and they're left high and dry. They had 14 days to get rid of their inventory, and now flavors are just banned. So I have a feeling this is going to negatively impact the state in a number of different ways. Obviously, people aren't going to have access to their products, so they're either going to have to go out of state or they're going to have to buy online, that kind of thing, which isn't making the state any money. Luckily, the small thing for Michigan is they removed the part of the thing that said that if you had over 4 bottles of flavored e-liquid, then you could actually be arrested. Yes, that was a thing in a state in the United States. Someone could be arrested for possessing 4 or more bottles of flavored e-liquid. That's the world we live in right now. And for any of you guys watching that are outside of the U.S., this is chaos. This is utter chaos. This is a nightmare. This is just I'm witnessing the destruction of an industry, and it is going to impact the world globally too, because what goes on here impacts the rest of the vape industry all over the world. So it's sad. It's a sad day. But yeah, that's a little thing in Michigan, as well as LaFave. What's his name? Oh my God. Twitter will help. What's his name? Anyone have it in chat? I would love you forever. LaFave. I know his last name. That's about it. Okay. You're not helping me, Twitter. I know I'm following him, but I'm following like 100 people right now. One second. I am so stuffy too. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am just... Allergies are getting the best of me, and I'm just running myself completely ragged here. I thought I was following him. Maybe I'm not. Bo! There it is. Bo LaFave. He is proposing a bill which would not only get rid of the current emergency regulations, but also block other states in the U.S. from doing the same thing. So, Bo LaFave, you are a hero amongst men, and hopefully you can have that go through and we can get our voices heard. But as far as I know, they are currently out of session right now, but I'm sure they're reconvening soon. So I'm not sure when Michigan is going to be reconvening. I think it's within the next 30 days or so. I can't remember. Yeah. I'm just going to drink more. Yeah, so he's introduced that bill. You know, I had the thing up on my screen earlier for salves. I did a better news segment on salves than I did on here. This is terrible. This just goes to show that I should probably stream before salves, because then I can be the one that got all the information out before. But yeah. Yeah, Bo LaFave is going to be proposing that bill whenever they reconvene, and that could potentially block this emergency legislation from happening, or doing too much damage. But I think really what it is the misinformation that's going out right now is swaying public opinion on vaping, and that's really where the damage is going to be done. So that's why I've been working as hard as I have been to correct that and inform people that it's not, vaping is not the deadly thing that the news media is making it out to be. So I feel like it's all of our jobs. Every single one of you watching right now, it's your job as a vapor. You didn't know this, but you signed an invisible contract the second you started vaping that you have to inform the masses about vaping. You need to tell them the truth, the actual honest truth about vaping, how it affects you, how much better it is than smoking. And that goes for everybody. Every single vapor needs to be shouting it out to the world. And one of my biggest things right now is Twitter, because Twitter gets it out there to more than just vape people. If you post this sort of stuff in a closed private group on Facebook, it goes absolutely nowhere. Politicians don't use Instagram. They rarely use Facebook. They let their staff handle that. Politicians have Twitter. They check Twitter. They check it constantly. Even in town hall meetings where they're proposing flavor bans, they check their Twitter. So I'm encouraging all of you guys to please sign up for Twitter. Get on there. Start following every single politician you can that's involved with this. All the anti-vape groups, Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, the Truth Initiative. Follow Dr. Oz, because he's a lying asshole too about this whole thing. And get on there and blast them. Blast them on Twitter. Don't be mean, but just drop facts. I want to see as many facts as possible in the comments on any one of these bullshit posts. And I know I don't usually swear on my channel, but I'm just so fed up with this shit. It is unbelievable. The petitions, I hate to say this, they don't do anything. Those WhiteHouse.gov petitions don't do anything. They never get anywhere. They're rarely worded properly, and they never actually have an impact. So you can sign them if you want. I'm not telling you not to sign them, but don't expect it to change the world by one click of the mouse. You have to get out there and you got to put forward the work. Okay, so there's that. The other thing is, tweeting nasty things, making bad public statements about, e-cigarettes and vaping, false claims, that kind of thing. Saying it's safe is definitely not helping our case either. It's just more ammunition for them. They're going to tell people we're lying. We're trying to say it's safe, all this crap. So be professional to a point. You can kind of like poke them a little bit, just kind of to annoy them. But you shouldn't go all out and, calling people Nazis and stuff like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And now that I said that word, this video will never be monetized. Not that it would be monetized anyways, but regardless. The hashtag MSA Blood Money, it's impactful, but I really don't think you should just tweet at said person and just put hashtag MSA Blood Money. That's not going to change any opinions. You got to drop some knowledge bombs on them. You just got to drop the truth, drop some facts, and be a little bit snippy. Be a little bit of an asshole, but not a full asshole, But yeah, posting in private Facebook groups isn't doing anything, man. Posting on Instagram really isn't getting people, motivated. At least to try to convince politicians. Spreading awareness, posting the infographics that Danielle Jones posts, or reposting all those all over the place. Yeah, that helps. Because if you post that picture somewhere, someone will repost it and then it'll go viral. That's good. We want that. But trying to get a hold of a politician on Instagram, don't even bother. Twitter is really where they're most active. So let's start a Twitter war. And I have several accounts on Twitter. I don't just have Daily Vape TV. So if you've seen me talk about Twitter recently and no activity on my Daily Vape TV account, it's because I'm using my other account where I can be completely anonymous and a bigger asshole. So that's kind of why you don't see me as active on social media under the guise of Daily Vape TV. It's because I'm using my other accounts and I'm up to no good. But there's really nothing more empowering than dropping a truth bomb on someone. You ever get that? I don't know if you guys have family members or anything that are very anti-vaping, and they always insist on tagging you in articles and making a big fuss out of it. The stupidest thing that has been debunked years ago. But it's very empowering when you could actually go, actually the study was redacted 3 months later, but they never published that. The media lost interest by then. So, yes, Twitter is definitely my thing right now. I've been loving it. I had another point that I forgot. Something else that's not impactful, not helping, but I can't remember what it was. I'll probably think of it as soon as I end this stream. But we've got 45 people watching. I'm just gonna check out chat real quick to see what you guys are saying, and we'll get to I think we'll get to Mr. Garcia's question here in just a second. British Eyes, you gotta earn that wrench, boy. Maybe someday soon. I'm gonna need some wrenches soon. Once we start hitting over like 100 people watching, then I'm gonna need some wrenches. So if you guys want to be real cool and be my street team and you can post in your groups that I'm live streaming and dropping truth bombs. That's what you guys can do. But yeah, I need a street team. Everyone should be posting in groups. If you see me going live, huh? And at 100, I think 100 people watching, I'll start introducing some wrenches here. But until then, I don't think it's necessary. We don't have any trolls in here right now. Speaking of trolls, I had a nice troll say, "Oh, don't do e-cigarette. It kill people," or something like that. Very terrible English, no spelling, no correct spelling, and an obvious troll is obvious moment. But that was pretty entertaining on one of my videos. But, spread the word. Spread the word. That's what I'm trying to get at here. So, use Instagram and Facebook to spread the word and spread the good infographics and pictures and stuff like that people can use. But thinking that's actually doing something to impact what's going on is definitely a bit of a dream, daydream, if you will. So, it's something, but I don't know. I know I can't get you guys all to sign up for Twitter or to use Twitter or anything like that, but I feel like if I just kind of try to drive the point home a little bit, then maybe one or two people will be on the Twitter war with me, be on my side, get my back, retweet and like and stuff like that. Do we get hoodies with daily Vape TV patches? No. Unless you want to make those patches yourself, then yes. My Patreon subscribers don't even have hoodies. I could make a Patreon hoodie exclusive for them. But they'd still have to buy it because I don't have money to just go drop on merch like that. One big news thing real quick before we get to your super chat here, Mr. Garcia. I hit 35,000 subscribers. Now, that number will probably fluctuate a little bit because YouTube is constantly either removing zombie accounts or adjusting their algorithms and, removing people. They remove inactive users. So if you don't actually comment on any videos, if you don't like any videos, if you don't interact whatsoever, then if you don't click on the video itself, then they're never going to, or they're going to take away your subscription from me, which sucks because I've lost a bunch of subscribers because people might have subscribed for my build video or something like that, from a while ago, and then just never clicked on another video. So then therefore I lose the sub because they just never click on another one of my videos. But yeah, I hit over 35K. I should be happy. And that's thanks in part to you guys. Thank you guys all for all the support. Really do appreciate you guys. I wouldn't be here without you, and I love every single one of you. Let's get to Nick's comment here. He says, could you give advice on how to tweak your coils on an RDA? I can't get all the flavor or the close to what it should taste like. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, it's hard to really say because it depends on which RDA you're using, which wire you're using, which cotton you're using, which juice you're using. It matters. All of that stuff matters to me. Some people don't like the taste of certain cottons, right? So you got to find stuff that works for you. You got to find cotton that works for you. Just experiment. Try different ones. Try different types of coils. Try round wire, try fuse Clapton, try Alien if you can get your hands on some, or you can build. Try different coils. Try different powers. Try the same coil at 80 watts instead of 60 watts. Try a little bit tweaking up and down the power setting and stuff like that. Obviously, don't go crazy. Don't try to vape a coil that can only handle 60 or 70 watts at 150, but within reason. If you don't like any of the coils in Kanthal, then try Nichrome 80 or try stainless steel. Personally, I don't even like the taste of Kanthal anymore. I can't stand it. So I've kind of narrowed it down to pretty much Nichrome 80, Nichrome 90, and stainless steel. And in my opinion, stainless steel has the cleanest flavor, but that's just me. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. Some people, like Phil Lee, enjoy nothing but temp control, and more power to them. But personally, I cannot stand temp control. I think that nickel and titanium both have a flavor, and I just don't like it. But, everyone's different. Everyone's going to be different, and it's hard to really give a full set of rules on how to do one thing. And obviously, it depends on your RDA. So if you have a bottom airflow RDA, you want that coil seated right above it. You want it directly above it. If you have top-down airflow, then you want to have that so that the airflow can flow around the coils and underneath and go up to the middle. So the spacing underneath the coil is important. Don't put too much cotton so that it kind of curls back around and underneath. You want just enough cotton to hit the bottom and then cut it off right there. You don't want too much because it's never going to properly make it all the way up from the stuff laying on the bottom of the deck all the way through up to the coil. It's never going to make it. So why bother? It's just clogging up your deck with more crap. So that is a kind of a quick breakdown, kind of a brief explanation about flavor in RDAs. And if something isn't working airflow wise, like if you still can't get flavor and your coil is positioned directly in front of the airflow, then pull it up a little bit, see if that helps, because sometimes just the way airflow hits on the coil makes a difference as well. And at the end of the day, it has to do with the liquid too. So if your juice sucks, then that's probably why. So there you go. Excuse me. I was like trying to talk in the middle of that and it did not work. Lethal Coils, what is the total number of hats on your rack? I don't know. I lost count a while ago. I'm constantly getting new ones. So I'm going to guess somewhere in the area of around 48 to 60. Somewhere in that area. Oh, we got Batman in here? Do we have Batman in here? Oh, what up, dude? Yo. Yeah, dude, stainless steel. Try stainless steel. It's very low resistance. So my advice to stainless steel users is add either 1 to 2 extra wraps or make your coil about 0.5 millimeter larger in diameter to kind of make up for the difference in resistance. But stainless steel is a completely viable option for coil building. In fact, it's one of my favorites to build with. It has a level of kind of like rigidity where it doesn't spring back as much as other wires. It's very soft and pliable and malleable. However, the springy factor of it isn't as bad as something like Kanthal or even Nichrome. So, let's see. That is some news. Any other news that you guys want me to talk about? Like, is there anything in particular that you would like me to talk about in the news segment? Because at the end of the day, I always say it, this is your guys' show too. It's not just me ranting up here for an hour. I want to include you guys in this time as well. So, while I wait for your responses because of the delay, I shall have a vape. So, real quick, before I go any further, I did want to say that I am actively thinking about getting a computer, so a PC rather than a Mac, because personally right now I cannot possibly handle capturing Zoom, like a Zoom chat window, and the audio. It just doesn't work on a Mac for some reason. You have to have like a whole special setup, and I just can't figure it out. Zoom is a pain in the OBS is a pain in the ass if you haven't figured that out from the little dangle clack at the beginning of the show. So I want to buy a PC for a few reasons, but mainly to stream with. So with that, I think after I get a PC, I'll be doing guest builders for some semblance of a new way of doing Fresh Build Friday, if that makes any sense. So instead of being me building, it will be other people building. And I'll bring on anyone and everyone who wants to be on Fresh Build Friday that wants a shout out. Because I get a lot of people that want to send me coils for Fresh Build Friday and stuff like that. And I really appreciate that. I try to showcase that as much as possible. Lethal, you've sent me coils in the past, and I tried to do a little showcase on you a few months ago or whatever. But I really want to bring back Fresh Build Friday, but give it a whole different look. Completely put a new face on it. And I'll be like I am when I'm on Twitch. I'll be a little face up in the corner up here. And I'll have the other camera be, the main screen will be our guest builder. And he'll be building live, or he or she will be building live while we just chat. If I'll bug him for questions and stuff like that, I'll be reading through chat and asking them your questions. So I hope you guys think that's a good idea, because I thought of that the other day and I'm like, that would be pretty cool. That would be really rad. I really want to do that because so many people want to be featured on Fresh Build Friday, or their coils on Fresh Build Friday. I want to see everyone step up to the plate and just come on camera and go one-on-one. So that would be really cool. The only problem with that is I have to raise the money for a PC. So I'm going to pimp my Patreon right down there. There's a link to Patreon. If you guys want to sign up, it starts at $1 a month, and it has multiple tiers, including all the giveaways and stuff like that. Basically, there's 3 tiers for giveaways. Each one gets one more chance of winning. We do a little spinny wheel on the first or beginning of every month, and I give away everything that I have duplicates of that I received and reviewed that month, or the previous month. So it's a lot of fun. We also do live streams every Sunday where we drink coffee, we talk about politics, we talk about anything and everything. We'll talk about aliens for 2 hours for all I care. And we have a lot of fun doing that. We had, like I said way earlier, we had Overdrip and AO Vape talking about government and politics and stuff like that earlier, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, so if you guys want to sign up, I'd really appreciate it, you know. And right now I'm only shipping to North America, so unfortunately, if you're overseas, I can't help you out. Shipping is just too crazy right now. I already spend about, you know, $30 or $40 every month shipping packages out to my patrons. So until I can make it so that I don't have to worry so much about shipping, I will not be able to do any international shipping other than North America. So $1 tier is much appreciated. Chris, if you got it, you do. Then if not, it's no big deal. I'm not pressuring you guys or anything like that, but I would really, really, really appreciate it if you guys could help me out, because, you know, these are the things that you don't really think about when it comes to video production and video making, is how expensive camera equipment is and computer equipment is, and everything has got to be replaced and all that. So if you want to see your favorite YouTubers carry on with what they do, then consider donating to their Patreon, because that's really where, at the end of the day, the main form of support is going to be. My channel has been completely demonetized. The only thing you could do is super chat. If you don't want to sign up for Patreon, you can always super chat me $1 or two as well. However, YouTube does take a chunk of that. You can also use my PayPal link. PayPal.me/DailyVapeTV is a direct link, a direct way to pay me one time and one time only, rather than signing up. Doesn't get you anything special, but tips are always appreciated. So, with that, let's get back on track here. British Eye said he's down for Fresh Build Friday. I will absolutely have you on, my dude. I would love to have you on building one of your mammoth coils. What do you call those? Behemoth coils. I would love to see the process in that. And X1 in chat if you want to see that as well. If you haven't seen for British Eyes Only's work, he does these massive coils. This thing is as big as the palm of my hand here. He does these awesome, ginormous coils, and they're really cool. And hit him up for one. He would love to build you one. I'm pretty sure he's got a queue that's like a mile long. But and I'm sure a lot of people would love to see you build one of those as well. So X1 in chat if you want to see him build one of those giant coils on a special episode of Fresh Build Friday. And of course I'll be giving you shit the whole time. That's because that's why I'm here. Let's see. British, we did have a couple people jump in after you left, so it was good to see you for a minute at least today, buddy. Hope everything went well at the doctor. So let's see. I'm gonna be dropping a new shirt soon on my website, dailyvape.tv. It's probably going to be like $20 or $25. I don't know, but I'm going to do a coupon code for at least 10% off for the first month. So for the first month that I drop the shirt in, I will be doing 10% off the shirt. So stay tuned for that. Probably happening next week, maybe the week after. I don't know. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be dope. It's going to be real cool. And I'm going to come up with a couple more shirts as well. Let's see. News and updates. What do I have? Let's do. All right. Let's take a second. We'll do a final thoughts on the Fat Rabbit, aka Chubby Bunny. So I guess let's call this a random review, shall we? sure, random review, what have you. I don't know, whatever you guys want to call it. So here I have this, which is the, come on, focus. This is the pre-market sample copy, reviewer sample copy that I got from Hell Vape. And this is the one that leaks. And honestly, it hasn't leaked in a little while, so I don't know what I'm doing right here, but in either case, it hasn't leaked in a while. And this is the full retail version. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. It's not going to focus. This is the full retail version of the Chubby Bunny. And I wanted to compare and contrast the two. Right now I've got the mesh coil in this one here. Let's just go ahead and have a quick vape on this before we start talking about it. Let's turn our mod on first. Yeah, that works. So there's really no difference. I don't really see that much of a difference. I honestly think they added one O-ring and that's it. They literally just added one O-ring to the full retail version. I was kind of hoping that they would take some of the other criticism that other reviewers had for the first version, because a lot of people got their video out well before they made the decision to delay the process. So kind of wish they went back to the drawing board on a few things and kind of reworked them. They literally just threw an O-ring in here and said, all right, it's fixed, and released it just like that. So it's not a runny bunny. No, it's not a runny bunny. No, it's sometimes weeps a little tiny bit, but it could just be from somewhere else. Like it could just be condensation, something like that. You really can't go, yep, it's leaking, it sucks. No, because it's not leaking. The other one did. The other one definitely leaked. And the first day or two that I had it, I had so much juice on my hands, on my mod, all over the place. It was terrible. So they kind of fixed it. Did it make that much of a difference? A little bit. I mean, it has the O-ring in there. So I'm not getting the leaking that I was, but it still has the condensation in the bottom. And they didn't fix anything else that anyone mentioned. So there you go. Oh, sweet. Chris just signed up. Thank you, my dude. And a super chat for $2. Very much appreciated, man. I really do love all the support that you guys are giving me over the past couple of years. It's been an absolute blast. And I'm so glad that I can just meet all these new people. And if it weren't for vaping, I would have not met a single one of you. So, you guys are awesome. Aaron, have a good one, bro. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, this fat rabbit, I just feel like it's just another sub-ohm tank. There's really nothing special about it. The upper and lower airflow thing, kind of gimmicky. Does it work? Does it make any difference? Not really, because especially with the quad coil that they supply in the box, it is still restricted, very restricted. And the airflow that comes down literally only goes down to the bottom of the coil and then goes back through the middle. It doesn't hit the top of the coil. It just goes down to the bottom of the coil. So it's not going to affect the flavor whatsoever. It's not going to affect the vortex pattern or anything like that. It's just adding airflow in from the top down to the bottom. So I have no idea why they did that. Really no clue. I hate using the word cash grab because I feel like it gets thrown out there a lot. But in my opinion, it's no better than anything else that uses a mesh coil. This is coming from the guy that's using the Falcon tank, which is, you know, one of the original mesh coil tanks. So yeah, nothing super special there. All right, it is now about 5 minutes before 6 here on the East Coast. So I'm going to open it up to you guys. Free discussion. If you want to shout out, I'll shout you out right now. If you have a question, drop it in chat. I am here for you guys. The last 5, maybe it'll go a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes or so, will be all Q&A. Anything you guys want to talk about. I know I've been kind of not ignoring chat. I've been reading some of your stuff, but, you know, I wanted to get my point across in this one. Derek Smith lost the video. You can hear me, but can't see me. Ooh, I could say refresh, maybe. Maybe that would help, because on my end, everything is good. Shows the stream is still strong, which is a first. Thanks, YouTube. Hope no one else has that problem. A lot of people dropping X1s in chat. That's awesome. Looks like you're going to be doing a behemoth coil on the channel. Mr. British Eyes. Let's see. It's a matter of maintaining the brand. Yeah, I could definitely see that, Phil. As far as Hell Vape, you know, they want to carry out, they want to milk that name, that Dead Rabbit name, for as much as it's worth. But I think it's at the end of its ropes. If this doesn't kill the Dead Rabbit name, then nothing will. There we go. Helps if you turn your mods on. All right. Well, I'm glad that was just an isolated issue. Questions, comments, concerns, anything you guys want to talk about. Do you think the whole Fresh Build Friday is a good idea, featuring other builders? Do you enjoy these live videos? Do you want me to do more live videos? Should I just get it over with and review stuff like a day after I get it, or what? Like, what do you guys want me to talk about here? We got 10 minutes, roughly, well, probably like 8 minutes now. Butler Daddy says, why hasn't the FDA come out and warn the public about these bad THC liquids? It's the FDA's job to do so. Actually, it's the CDC's job to do that. The FDA regulates drugs. Well, food and drug, yeah, I get it. But they regulate stuff that's going to be put onto the market as far as legal products. What we're seeing is, in most cases, an illegal product. So the CDC is in charge of this one. It's the Center for Disease Control, and it's their job to tell the people about impending, health crises. Crises? What's the plural form of crisis? So the FDA is kind of staying out of this one a little bit. The CDC is not quite giving, the most accurate information, because they're also reporting stories of, well, we don't know if it's e-cigarette or THC related, because some people have reported lung illnesses without using THC cartridges. Whereas really the story is, I'm saying is definitively, because in my opinion, it 100% is tainted THC cartridges, because it's these people that don't want to admit they were using a THC cartridge. That's the real issue here. It's not Juul getting them sick. It's not any vapor product getting them sick. It's literally tainted THC cartridges. And I have said that phrase about 8 million times in the past couple of weeks. Man. But yeah, the CDC doesn't quite say it, but if you scroll a ways down on their master post about this situation, they do say don't go back to smoking if you use an e-cigarette. So essentially, it kind of infers that they're saying you can keep vaping. They're not saying that because they don't want to say that, because that would be the FDA would probably get pissed off at them for that, but they kind of infer that, if you will. Fresh Build Friday is a great idea. That's where I first found me. Well, Chris, I want to carry it on its legacy, but like I've mentioned 1,000 times, I literally cannot be bothered with it. I can't. It's too much for me at this point. I don't have the time for it, and I don't have the skill level. I can't practice building anymore. I used to have friends that would come in and build with me, while we were just sitting at the shop. But even those friends now either buy pre-made coils or they use a sub-ohm tank. Everyone kind of stopped building. So I'm basically on my own here. And if I have to stop every 5 seconds to help a customer, there's no way I'm going to progress with building. It's just not happening. And I don't have, hours on end to sit down and build and practice. So, but I feel like this kind of would reinvigorate the brand. You going to game on your new PC? If you get one, COD is crossplay now. Yes, I will be gaming on the PC. I will still console game because I do have friends that only have consoles. All my Xbox friends that I will carry on gaming with. But I do plan on doing some gaming, and that will also pertain to my new second channel, which I'm launching soon. I keep saying that. But, yeah. I will be doing some gaming on that, some streams, some Twitch, all that good stuff. Let's see. The FDA approved cigarettes. That's also very correct. Don't take the brown acid. Yeah, that's some good words to live by. Undead Rabbit. Oh, God, here we go. What about a build war and a Wake and Vape Live? Build war would be fun. I could definitely host a build war. I would literally have my little camera in between two builders, and we could do like build offs. We could do blindfolded building. There's a lot of potential there. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I will be getting on this as soon as I can. As soon as I can build a PC, this is happening. So I don't know how long it's going to take, honestly. I'm not going to give you guys an actual number until I know. And it's probably going to, make my credit card take a pretty big hit here, but it's for the betterment of my life and the channel and my second channel. So I guess I should just get it over with. But let's see. Fresh Build Friday is Mark's favorite. Thank you. I want to bring it back, and trust me, I want to do it. I want to. Can we choose videos you make as a community, or can one donate for a video? Patreon. Patreon.com/DailyVapeTV. You will have a say in what I do if you're a patron. Patreon was choosing my builds for a little while, and then I just kind of couldn't find the time for anything really lately. But yeah, Patreon.com. Just send me a message on there of what you want, and we'll work together and we'll figure something out. And I'll probably end up doing is taking your idea and kind of, what do they call that? Like brainstorming. What do they call that? There's a word for it. I can't remember. But my vocabulary today is just shot. My brain is fried. I need to play some video games. But yes, we will brainstorm it amongst the patrons, and we will come up with a cool video for whatever topic that you want to talk about. CDC is still inappropriately using the term e-cigarette and vaping in their headlines. Yeah, of course. They never pass that up. Absolutely not. Hey, Derek Smith is back. What is up? Hey, we've got Yvonne in here. Hey, you caught the last 2 minutes of the show. So, yeah, you guys, if you would be so kind, I would appreciate if you shared the video next week when we do a stream. Every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be doing about a 1-hour stream where we kind of go over the week and just talk about the future of the channel, etc. And I feel like it gets a lot accomplished in a short amount of time. Whew. So that, I think, about covers it here. Let me just make sure I'm scrolling through chat right now. That about covers everything, you guys. I will be streaming over on my Twitch. I'm going to try to do some cross-play Modern Warfare beta in a few minutes here with Jay and Dan Demir and a couple of people. We're going to get together. We're going to try to figure it out how I can stream on Twitch while you can hear them talking as well. So we're all going to get together, and that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I definitely need to do a new mouth-to-lung build. I kind of did a halfway mouth-to-lung build with the Retal or whatever, but it wasn't really a Fresh Build Friday. Let's be honest. It's apparently shed time, according to DC Rackley. So head on over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/slightlybuzzed. Link is down there in the description below. If you guys want to check that out, I'll be streaming in just a few minutes over there, and we're going to play some new Modern Warfare. That'll be fun. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. It has been an absolute blast and pleasure, and I am very, very tired. I'm hopefully going to get some rest and get ready for this week's videos. Planning on a full week of videos this week, starting on Wednesday, so at least 3 videos planned out. But with that being said, stay tuned for a lot more. And yeah, that about wraps it up. So thank you guys for all the support. Thanks for hanging out. Next week, same damn thing. All right. So, as always, vape on. I don't want to bang my microphone.